Hi everyone, this is Mary from Athena's Bibliotheca, and today I am going to do the orange edition of Rainbow Recommendations. If you do not know, I started a while back a book recommendation series where I recommend books based off the colors in the covers because I judge books by their covers, and that's about it. I will say that all the recommendations that don't necessarily have to have a nice cover, they just have to have the color orange in it somewhere. So let's get started. The first one I'm going to recommend is Gods Behaving Badly by Marie Phillips. This book is based on Greek mythology, and in this story, the Greek gods are all smushed together in a small London townhouse in 21st century. It's really funny, and each of the different gods have different jobs in modern times. For example, Artemis is a dog walker, and Apollo is a TV psychic, and it's just funny. And if you like mythology, I would recommend this book for you to read. The next one, another mythology book, is Camp Half-Blood Confidential, The Real Guide to the Demigod Training Camp, from Percy Jackson. It was written by Rick Riordan. It's based from the Percy Jackson series, and it is also quite funny thinking about it. So it's basically just telling you different stories behind the different camps, and it's funny. And if you want to learn a little bit more about Camp Half-Blood, pick this up because it's fantastic and you should read it, especially if you like Percy Jackson. I check everything that's written by Rick Riordan just for the chance that Percy Jackson might be in it, besides the fact that everything he writes is amazing, but also because Percy Jackson might be in it. Okay, the next one, the cover kinda has orange in it, a little bit, but I might be stretching it just a smidge, but it kind of has orange in it. It's fine. Okay, next one I'm going to recommend is All Fall Down by Ally Carter. And what I'm saying is orange. It's like down here, like where it gets darker, it kind of looks orangish, and I'm counting it. So, and it's my recommendation, so it doesn't matter. But this book, this is the first in the series, so I've only read this one, but it was so good. It's about this girl named Grace who believes that her mom was murdered, and no one else believes her, and they think that she's crazy. This is basically her trying to figure out who her mother's killer was. The plot twist in this just threw me off guard. Like, I did not notice that until, like, once the plot twist happened, I was like, oh my word, there were so many signs, but I just ignored them, and it kind of broke me a little bit on the inside, especially since I don't have the sequel, haven't been able to read the sequel, and it ends on kind of a cliffhanger. Yep, warning you now. But it's good, and you should read it. Yes. The next one I have for you to add to your abundant list of books on your TBR is Hidden Talents by David LeBar. This story. Okay, little story time section of this video. I got the sequel to this called True Talents from Dollar Tree, which is a place that everything's $1. But I didn't realize until I got home that it was a sequel. So I had the sequel forever on my bookshelves, but I couldn't read it because I needed the first book. Because I don't read things out of order, or at least I try not to. And I finally found this at a thrift store, and I was like, yes, I can finally read this. And I did, and I'm so happy that I finally found it because it was so good. It's about this kid Martin and his friends that go to the school called Edgeview Alternative School, which is basically for misfits of society go to this school so that the school can hopefully help them be better to society, I guess. And they eventually figure out that Martin and his friends have some pretty cool talents, and it's really good. You should read it, like every other book I've mentioned, but I really like this one. I am surprised that it's kind of an old story. It's like from, let's see. Okay, so first it was copyrighted in 1999, and then it got re-copyright in 2007. So, I mean, there's that. It's a pretty old book, but it's really good still, and I kind of want to reread it. As long, just with every one of these books, I want to reread them, but you know, I have a lot of other books, but I do reread a lot. That's probably why I still have a lot of TBR books, but we're not going to talk about that. The last book I have, actually I don't have it, I borrowed it from the library, and it's called CeCes Journal, and it's by Joris Chaplin and Ariely Naret, something like that. Anyways, this book is actually really, really adorable. It's so cute. It's a graphic novel, so pictures, and the art is gorgeous. And it's about this girl named CeCe who writes in her journal about different things. She likes to people watch, and she likes to make up stories about what that person does during their life. And there's 2 separate stories. They're both about her looking at these people and trying to figure out what they do with their time. Like, she has questions about their life. So basically, she stalks them for quite a bit, trying to figure out what their life is about. But it's really cute and adorable, and the art in it is beautiful. And that's all I have to say. So you should read it, like I said, for all of these books, because they're all good. I'm not going to recommend you a book that I don't like. That is all of my orange book recommendations. And I realized when I was making this list how orange is not a color that I gravitate towards when I'm picking out books, because I have like read barely any books that have orange on the cover. I hope you found something, at least one thing in this recommendation video that you can't wait to read, or all of them, because they're all good and you should read all of them anyway. I hope you keep on adventuring. See ya.